Come, have a nice day. Today is Friday, 9th of February 2024. This day in the history, a point of view. In 1757, the Treaty of Alinagar was signed between the British East India Company and the Nawab of Bengal, Sirajuddin Dowlah, restoring the factories, privileges, and the city of Calcutta to the company. Starting the newspaper analyst with the newspaper The Hindu states that Biden willfully disclosed classified materials but no criminal charges warranted special counsel. The report from the special counsel Robert Hur released on February 8 represents a harshly critical assessment of Mr. Biden's handling of sensitive government materials, but also details the reasons why he should not be charged with the crime. United States President Joe Biden delivers remarks at the House Democratic Causes Issues Conference in Leesburg, Virginia, United States on February 8, 2024. The report from the special counsel Robert Hur released February 8 represents a harshly critical assessment of Mr. Biden's handling of sensitive government material, but also details the reasons why he should not be charged with the crime. President Joe Biden willfully retained and disclosed highly classified materials when he was a private citizen, including documents about the military and foreign policy in Afghanistan and other sensitive national security matters. According to the Justice Department report that nonetheless says no criminal charges are warranted for him or anyone else. The report from the special counsel Robert Hur released on 8 February represents harshly critical assessment of Mr. Biden's handling of sensitive government materials, but also details the reasons why he should not be charged with the crime. The Hindu newspaper also states that India and Russia agreed to strengthen bilateral nuclear cooperation. Director General Rostom State Corporation Alexei Likhachev and Chairman of Atomic Energy Commission of India and Secretary Department of Atomic Energy Ajit Kumar Mothe signing a protocol on amendments to 2008 intergovernmental agreements between India and Russia on cooperation between two countries at Kudankulam nuclear power project site on Thursday. India and Russia have signed a protocol on amendments to the 2008 Intergovernmental Agreement on Cooperation in Construction of Additional Nuclear Reactors in Kudankulam Nuclear Power Project site and in construction of Russia-designed nuclear power plants at the new sites in India. Alexei Likhachev, Director General of Rostom State Corporation, and Ajit Kumar Mohanty, Chairman of Atomic Energy Commission of India, Secretary of Department for the Atomic Energy of the Government of India, signed in the agreement on the Thursday during their visit to KKNPP site, where the Russian Nuclear Energy Agency has built 2x 1000 megawatt VVER nuclear reactors and is constructing 4 more reactors with a similar capacity. The Hindu newspaper also states that Lok Sabha passes Water Act to lessen imprisonment worries of industry over water pollution. The amendment makes important changes such as discriminalizing certain violations of the Act deemed minor, replaces most of the penalties of imprisonment with the fines ranging from 10,000 to 15 lakh. Opposition calls it draconian. Union Minister of Environment, Forest and Climate Change Bhupender Yadav speaks in the Rajya Sabha during the budget session of a parliament. The Lok Sabha on Thursday passed the Water Amendment Pollution and Prevention Act 2024. The legislation, which was introduced and passed in Rajya Sabha on Monday, makes important changes to the Water Pollution and Prevention Act 1974, such as discriminalizing certain violations of the Act deemed minor, replaces for the most part the penalties of imprisonment with the fines ranging from 10,000 to 15 lakh rupees. The amendment version of the Act would currently apply to Himachal Pradesh, Rajasthan, and the Union Territories. The original Act passed in 1974 is applicable in 12 states. Going towards the Indian Express newspaper states that in La Jad Bilkis Banu case, convict out on parole of fortnight after surrender. The Court of Justice M.R. Mengde on February 5 allowed Mohadia parole from February 7 to 11 in his plea moved on January 31. Mohadia had sought 30-day parole due to his father-in-law's death. convict Pradeep Modhia at his village Radhikpur on Wednesday. Indian Express also states that white paper red flags, NPAs, scams, and policy freeze skips growth years credit. From bad loans to high inflation, a slew of corruption cases to policy paralysis, the paper's political imperative is clear to draw the battle lines in the run-up to the campaign for 2024. Its tone echoes Prime Minister Narendra Modi's sharp attack on the Congress in his parliament speeches early this week. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, citing UAPA language, Supreme Court denies bail to member of 6 for justice. Writing for the bench, Justice Kumar said in February 7 order that the courts are therefore burdened with a sensitive task on hand in dealing with the bail applications under UAP Act. The courts are merely examining if there is justification to reject the bail. The ruling said that in this background, the test for rejection of bail is quite plain. Going towards the Hindustan Times newspaper states that West Asia weapon deals on agenda at India-United States NSA meet. National Security Advisor Ajit Dolwal with the United States counterpart Jake Sullivan. National Security Advisor Ajit Dolwal and his visiting United States counterpart Jake Sullivan will discuss the deteriorating environment in West Asia, with Iran-backed Houthis playing havoc on commercial shipping in the wake of Israel's war on Gaza, even as both sides will review the United States GE-414 engine technology transfer deal and the Predator MQ-9B drone acquisition by the Indian Armed Forces. Hindustan Times also states that fragile 5 to 5th largest center blames UPA hails turnaround. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. The Manmohan Singh-led United Progressive Alliance 2004-14 took advantages of the Atal Bihari Vajpayee government's reforms and began global conditions to exploit growth for its narrow political ends, a process that culminated in India being clubbed among the Fragile Five, with a huge non-performing assets, high fiscal deficit, double-digit inflation and plagued by corruption scandals, the Narendra Modi government said in a white paper presented in Parliament on Thursday. The Times also states that along the border, free movement became a boon for some, a ban for some others. Myanmarese looks towards the Indian side at the India-Myanmar border in Mizoram. The Verdant Hill, Mizoram's Champai district hold many treasures, pristine rivers where the sun's rays bounce off the clear blue of the water, a trove of animals and birds, and a long stretch of virgin forest illuminated only by the silver slats of the moonlight at night. When towards the economy of the country from the business point of view, Sensex dips 1% on policy inflation, FMCG voice. Building Stock Exchange Sensex fell 724 points to close at 71,428.43, and the National Stock Exchange Nifty plunged by 213 points to settle at 21,717.95 on nervous selling. Benchmark indices on Thursday fell up by to 1% as the Reserve Bank of India set a hawkish tone in a monetary policy, triggering worries that the central bank is likely to keep the policy restrictive for a longer term amid inflation concerns. The ripple effect, which is seen in the government 10-year yield, which inched higher to 7.08%, FMCG banks and auto declined. Action on Paytm due to the persistent non-compliance. Let me put the record straight. There's no worry about the system at the moment. Here we are talking about a specific institution, a payment bank. Das said when asked if there is any risk to the entire fintech sector. The Reserve Bank of India on Thursday said that the action on Paytm Payments Bank PPBL was taken due to the persistent non-compliance and that there is no worry at the systematic level. Reserve Bank of India Governor Shaktikant Das. India likely to begin LNG supplies to Sri Lanka by end of the next year. Sri Lanka has been scorching for LNG for running gas-based power plants and use it in other industries, and has now agreed to take supplies from the Petronet LNG. As for the planned FSRU, it has been under discussion for years and is finally likely to be see the light of the day sometime in 2028. Sri Lanka has been scorching for LNG for running gas-based power plants and is use it in other industries, and has now agreed to take supplies from the Petronet LNG. As for the net Planet FSRU, it has been under discussion for years and is finally likely to be see the light of the day sometime in 2020. Sorry, in 2008. 28. Controls the world news, including 5 Indian origin people arrested in Canada for extortion targeting South Asian businesses. In a major military shake-up, Zelensky removes Ukraine Army Chief Zaluzhny. European Union fails to agree on legal definition of rape. United Nations experts take Russia to task over the deported Ukrainian children and military agenda in schools. 5 United States Marines aboard helicopter that went down outside San Diego are confirmed, their military says. Going to the science and technology, black hole existed at the dawn of time, birthing new stars find steady. A new study suggested that the supermassive black holes existed in the earliest days of universe, unpending current theories about the star formation and galaxy creation. A computer simulated image of the supermassive black hole. NASA. From Tech News, in India, momentum around developers' development is unbelievable, says Nadila. Nadila emphasized that the developers need to understand the power of platform shifts, as they are key to why we take these as inputs that drive economic growth in India. Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella speaks a packed crowd full of developers at an event in Bengaluru on Thursday. From Tech News also, Google's Bard chatbot is now Gemini with a paid premium version. Google is rolling in Bard and Jot artificial intelligence into Gemini, which will now come with paid premium tier that will give access to the company's biggest and most advanced large language models. Using Gemini on the phone should allow you to type, talk, or add an image for artificial intelligence assistance when you are on the go. SpaceX launches NASA's space satellite to monitor ocean atmosphere climate. After the weather caused delays, a NASA space mission launched into a sun-synchronous orbit on Thursday. NASA Space Plankton Aerosol Cloud Ocean Ecosystem Satellite launched on a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket from the Cape Canaveral Spaceport Station's Space Launch Complex 40 at 12:03 p.m. Indian Standard Time on Thursday, February 8. A SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket carrying a NASA space mission launched from the Cape Canaveral Spaceport Station's Space Launch Complex 40. At last, there is a famous quotation said by Abdul Kalam Ghulam Muhyiddin Ahmed bin Khairuddin Al Hasni Azad, Maulana APJ Abdul Kalam Azad, whose birth anniversary is November 1888 up to 22nd of February 1958, was an Indian independence activist, writer, and a senior leader of the Indian National Congress. Following the India's independence, he became the first Minister of Education in the Government of India. He is commonly remembered as the Maulana Azad. The word Maulana is an honorific meaning or master, and he had adopted Azad Free as his pen name. His contribution to the establishing the Education Foundation in India is recognized by the celebrating his birth as the National Education Day across the India. Maulana Kalam says a famous quotation. He says that slavery is worst even if it bears beautiful names. Okay, thank you.